Good evening, dudes, and everyone else. How's it going? We're back on the art with what might be the last week of our Pride Paladin. I know we've got 1 week left of Pride, but we've absolutely steamed through this so far. So I think we should start with the biggest piece of colour is the actual flag itself. We have this flag here for reference. Doesn't need to be quite that big. But how's your week's been going, man? Like, mine's been weirdly quietly busy. There's been a lot to do, but like not a huge amount like unexpected. So I've been doing a lot more like stream tinkering and stuff like that. So I've gotten rid entirely of what do you call it? Nightbot. Nightbot is dead. Long may live Streamlabs, the only bot on this channel now. Seeing what I can do with commands and stuff, because I want to get more of those up and running around the channel. Right, let's start as we mean to go on. So once we've got the flag all blocked out, that'll be the vast majority of like surface area colouring. But obviously our actual character will take a lot more like going over. Right. I'm in two minds if I want to make each colour of the pride flag a separate layer or not, as I think that could cause chaos with my layers and take up way too much memory. But it means shading anything else like that will be way easier. So you can just fill like that, and then already it's starting to look like an actual pride flag rather than just weird. It looks more like the Pride Skittles bag at the moment, which I'm not sure if anyone has seen the shops, but they very graciously give up their rainbow for Pride Month. As I say, there's only one rainbow that matters this Pride. Which is very nice of them. That means there's limited edition white Skittles to get everywhere. So at the moment it is a heavily bleached or Skittles special edition pride flag. What have we done there? That's better. I think I will make it all one layer for the flag. It'll make colouring in way easier. Start over here. So really all we need to do is join up there. We don't have to outline the very top. We can just do the sides and the bottom here. I'm still actually really psyched about how their hair came out. It's special when you draw something and you realize, and you go like, "No, I smashed it." I'm actually really proud of that. I'm humongously proud. Those tight little short dreads. Oop. Let's get this over here. Go down here. And that should mean, there we go. With every stripe, it looks like it's taking more and more shape, which is what you want. So what I'm going to do next, I'm going to yellow. So what's good about these ones is that the character is in front of most of these stripes. So we've got comparatively less to colour in. Let's move it down a little bit. It helps the colour stand off the background a little bit. So we can actually see what we have coloured and what we haven't. I know I don't do a huge amount of colouring on stream, but something I do every now and again is I change the background colour to be like a neon green or something like that. Something that isn't in the actual painting itself. Oop. Just so I can test that I've actually got every pixel in there proper. And I've had a change of pace with the music tonight as well. Usually we have our good friend Cynthia providing the background music, but there's been, at least what I've noticed, a new Harris Heller stream-friendly album has dropped. So I thought we'd listen to that all the way through, and so far I am actually really liking it. It's that right side of nice and chill where it doesn't want to put me to sleep. But it's also not like amping me up so much that I can't draw a straight line. Alright, onto the green. Actually, I think I see pixel that we've missed. Let me know in the chat as well if the levels are all okay. I've been tinkering once again. I mean, when am I ever not, really? So if I'm too quiet or the music's too loud, or if I'm not coming through at all, please do let me know. I'm constantly low-key dreading that I've misdrawn the flag and there's not enough stripes or chevrons, or there's too many, or somehow we've cocked it up. I'm pretty sure we've nailed it. 90% sure. Right, blue. Yeah. I might actually brighten this blue a little bit. It seems to be quite dark compared to the other colours. It might make shading a little bit of a mare. The same with black. I think black will use like a dark grey, just so we can still see the line work. As a good rule of thumb with colouring as well is generally no true black like exists. Like it stands out when you're colouring for like all the wrong reasons. So I still see I'm guilty of it as well when I first started out with colouring, was using black to shade things. And unless the thing that you're shading is completely grayscale, I mean like true zero saturation, no colour grayscale, you don't want to shade with black. But I'm also curious with the armor as well on our Paladin. Do we want to go like silver? Do we want to go gold? Like a bluish, like platinum? Like almost like a orangey bronze. So I think we got arguments for basically all of it. Alrighty, last stripe, and then we're on to chevrons. Oh. Cannot colour in the lines. So I can't honestly tell you why, but I do still try and go colour just in the lines, even though I could colour all over the character and it's not going to make a difference because the armor's colour is yet to come. So I could colour all this, that's fine, because we're going to colour that later on a higher level, higher layer. So we could be as messy as we like, but I still end up trying to be as neat as possible. Right. I'm gonna get this here. Cool. Some pixels that we missed out there. I would absolutely notice as soon as we got to shading. I think I might do the armor like platinum silver blue, because that should be just enough saturation that we can then play around with it with some sliders, figure out what sits better, because you have no idea what the actual tabard or anything like that is going to be coloured either. In terms of colour, we are absolutely winging this. But colour theory is not too difficult once you know the rules. Alright, it's almost there. So we're not going to colour the black chevron in outright black. We're going to do mostly black. As we still want to see our line work on this. All the way down. Nice, slow, controlled. The complete antithesis to everything else in my life. You can always tell when I'm concentrating on the line because I'll shut up. Oh, see some more stray pixels. There you go. We're also running a poll, because I think this will be the last week of painting our Pride Paladin. So what do we want to start on next? And we've got a couple of ideas. Either someone mentioned something on Twitter a while ago, and it's been stuck in my head ever since. And you know how you get Ganassi in D&D? They're basically elemental humanoids. Part genie, part element. Basically, the in-betweens of where elements mix, you get new elements. So with like earth and fire, you get coal or lava. With air and fire, you get steam. And one of them that came out was an ooze Ganassi. And I've been intrigued by the idea of a ooze Ganassi ever since. So one of the ideas is basically an ooze Ganassi swashbuckler, or another idea I've had, which I've had stuck in my head for a while, is a like tiefling, like probably like Indiana Jones adventurer, like explorer. Basically way in over their head. Basically up to their knees. Like imagine the tiefling has stumbled their way back to the demonic realm where one of their parents exists, and they're just holding like a little flaming torch, and I'm just completely baffled with I don't know how I got here. So if you would like to dictate what I draw next, you can use the command !vote and either vote slime, vote space slime, or vote space demon. And you might tell us what we want to do next. Guys, I might have done something a little bit skew-iff here. Hang on. I need to figure this out. So there's your 2, and then here's the 2 there. It's 3 or 4. Okay. I have screwed up ever so slightly. Don't need to edit that. Don't need to edit that much. I will need to edit this, however. So, we have too many stripes. Easily fixable. Knew something would be off. So this just wants to go around through there. And we can rub all this out. And if we go on the shading layer, we can even edit this as well. Easily fixable. The grand scheme of things, not the worst thing I've ever done. And then we can go into our colours again and have the correct number of stripes, of chevrons. such a complex shape that I knew something would go amiss. Fortunately, it's not too bad. I mean, I say it's not too bad. It's fixed now. There's nothing else so far that's jumping out to me as incorrect. Alright, so we can close that up. Close that up, so it should fill. Yeah. We've just got this around here left. And then we're onto the trans stripes. Which again, the colours tend to be very saturated and bright. So I think that's going to carry through to the rest of the painting. The colouring at the very least. There we go. Fill that in, and the flag's almost there. Go. Got the pink, and then we still need to paint the white because we can't rely on the background because the background is going to be something else. That's something I'm actually very unsure about at the moment. Like, what do we want to do for a background? I've been feeling God rays, if I'm honest. Something nice and dramatic. Because you know me. By this point, you know me. Drama is the name of the game. Once this is done, I think we'll do the Paladin skin tone next. We'll basically start like the furthest back layer in terms of like what objects are going to go on what. Because you have the skin, and then you have like undercut, and then you have armor on top, and you sort of build it from there. There we go. And then white is white. Yes. Pure white. Which is the quickest bit in the world. Then we never have to draw another pride flag until next year. There we go. Let's rename that, for the sake of good order, flag. This one will be skin. So obviously our Paladin is a person of colour, so we're going to be playing around in the browns. Next one, thank you for the load, dude. I appreciate it. I hope your day is going good in any case. So I think the skin tone is going to be less saturated than the brown chevron. A little bit softer. Basically brings the piece back down to earth from the outrageous saturation of the flag itself. Let's just block in all around here. Because we're going to paint the eyes, the teeth, all that stuff in anyway. Because I think that's all the exposed skin that's actually on the entire thing. I reckon we can. If we go white, we can put in the highlights to the dreadlocks here as well. Just so we don't get caught out by these being a separate colour. Bio dude, how's it going, man? Welcome, welcome. Good to see you again. How are you doing? How's your day been? How's your week been? When did I speak to you? Was it the weekend? I feel like it was the weekend. I know it's only Tuesday, but basically months ago. Right, let's do the undercoat. Bio, if you are just joining us, we're running a poll at the moment to see what we want to draw next. So it's on screen in the corner. We'll do poll as a command. You can vote, either vote slime or vote demon for a swashbuckling slime boy or a exploring, what do they call her in the end? An adventurous demon girl. Spelunking demon girl was one of them. Just being on screen, we can actually see how things are shaping up as people vote. I'll probably run this on Thursday and Saturday as well. One vote for the slime boy. Cool. See, I'm drawing you out of that lurk, Nexon. Comes to dinner researching total artificial elbow replacement for my dad. Ooh. That sounds meaty. That sounds good as well. It's because I know you want to go into like medical replacements, stuff like that, so. Sounds rad. Right, do we want this Paladin to be shades of blue or shades of gold? That's the real question. So I think you need to start the message with vote slime. It's not caught it yet. Half lurking. Fair. That is entirely fair. So yeah, Bio, if you want to do the vote slime as like the beginning of your message, that should work. There you go. The slime boy is coming out in an early lead. I think it's been a long time since I've actually drawn a boy at all. Like any sort of male. We've done all of our evil queens. Oh, so you're listening to everything. Cool, 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 cool. So if you're still listening, then I will natter away. Yeah, he's got a surgical consult on Friday, so asked me to do research on the joint that he might be getting done. Oh, fair enough. So I know a little bit about your dad and his condition. So I know he's due a bunch of replacements and stuff like that. He will be a true bionic man. But yeah, we have absolutely buckets of stuff going on at the moment. So we obviously have the poll to see what we want to draw next. We are so close to our goal of 200 follows, where I'll be making a Discord with a focus to promoting like fellow creatives and artists and stuff, which I'm really excited about. So what are we at? We're 195 at the moment. He'll truly be Bio Mark 1. I think, yeah, definitely. I think that's entirely fair. It's the family line, is it? But yeah, the Discord is close. And then I think the next like viewer count like thing I'd want to get to is like 250. I think I'm doing like they got a hot tub stream, but not really a hot tub stream. So what I mean is so it will be me drawing, I think, like a dwarven sauna. So it will be a hot tub stream, and that it's a dwarven hot tub, but it's still me inking stuff. Hot tub stream, draw me back again. You got to keep things spicy. You got to keep the engagement up, man. But yeah, so I'll need to do the sketch and everything like that. But a dwarven sauna, I think, could be a lot of fun. And I have no idea where we go with it. But absolutely stick it in the hot tubs and beaches category. But it will still just be me drawing something. I think it'd be good fun just to see what kind of like content, or like what kind of people we attract. Thirsty simps we attract from the category. Armor plates. Should we make it? Do we want like almost like a brassy gold? Let's try it. It looks almost rusted, to be honest, so I'm not quite sure about it. We'll do more golden-esque. That looks even worse. Do something like this. Maybe brighter. It's a good start. Alright, I'm going to be a little messy here because we're going to do the trim as well. So we don't need to be too precise on this. Also, I think let's bring this down so we can actually see what we've painted over and what we haven't yet. Because I've done loads of tests to see like what my how good my eyes are at picking out color. However, they are good, but they're not like the best. There are still shades of color that I can't distinguish. Or take it a whole different direction, draw a hot tub, someone flamethrowing a bathtub. I mean, no one ever explains how the tubs get hot. I think there's a narrative worth exploring there. I think you're very right, Bayer. It's a whole... Everyone asks how's it going, but no one ever cares about how it's actually going. How do the bathtubs get hot? Yeah, what else we got going? There was I think we're like 10 subs away from unlocking the next emote as well, which is sat in the corner at the bottom of the screen. A rip emote. which I also found out was so partners on Twitch get up to 60 emote slots, which is all cool. Affiliates only get 5, which I think is a little bit jank. So I've been lucky enough to have 4 of them unlocked already. So 4 and then 3 via that you can unlock via bits, donations, or submissions, or gifts, however you want to call it. But in terms of like just amassing like subs and stuff, it caps you at 5. So I've got 4 of them already, but no more yet, which is a real shame, because it means that on my, in terms of like Twitch as a platform and what you can unlock for doing better and better, it forces you into like a plateau. Like there's nothing else to gain or unlock, which I've talked about this before with getting to affiliate. It unlocks a bunch of stuff, but then the jump to partner is that much bigger. It feels like you get virtually nothing for a long time from the platform. A sexy cauldron. So are you talking about, this is going back to the hot tubs thing, obviously. So is the cauldron sexy, or is someone being sexy in the cauldron? So is it a cauldron someone stretched a bikini around? Excuse me. These are the questions we need answering. Oh, that's too much. So I'm not sold on the blue armor either, to be honest. I don't know which one I do, like a grey steel. Seems like a letdown compared to what we could do. These, I'm not sure what they're called. They're like little like arm guards or shoulder guards. They're basically extra little plates they move into exposed areas as you raise your arms. Maybe I should just do a stream where I study fucking suits of armor on stream, and we all learn like what every little bit of armor is called. Like, these are the greaves, these are the pauldrons, these are the spauldrons. It sounds great. Dude, if you're like legit up for that, then I'm so down for just doing like let's jump down the rabbit hole of armor around the world and see what we dig up. Because it's the kind of thing that I'd low-key love to do, because I should be doing it anyway. Just because I draw this stuff, I should know as much as possible about it. But yeah, I'm down for it if other people are down for it. Because all it's going to do is make sure that all the armor I draw from that point on are that much of a higher caliber. And like, not even like the more realistic, but I know when and where to bend the rules of what people actually did with armor and how to sell a design better. Oh, no. Alright, this music has gone in a direction I'm not 100% for. It's a little bit phone, like, hold music now. I'm not quite sure I'm down for that. Let's find something a little bit more up tempo. Rain, gold, white, ocularum. What is ocularum? Rose. What's Rose sound like? First track's called Electric Rose. Caffeine Dream. Let's play that. It's there. It's got some new retro wave rumbles in the background. Let's see what it sounds like when it kicks in. It's selling me on the like Blade Runner fantasy. It's got that Linkin Park stock keyboard sound. You guys are so lucky that I don't get to play like any music I want on these streams, because it would just be every week. Like it would be Emo's greatest hits every week, non-stop. All the early 2000s, like nu metal. Right, so there's not... In terms of like actual just like armor plating, there's not a huge amount of it visible. Like that tabard is covering up a bunch of it. They're sort of turned away and exposing a lot of like the softer leather areas of the armor. Which on one hand I'm really liking, because it's always a nightmare when you see like a massive suit of armor and it's all one color because it's just all iron or steel. It means this character's going to be clearly heavily armed and armored, but still very like colorful as well. But also, do we want this character to be kind of a bit of a white knight in terms of like their colours? So it helps the flags stand out even more, because you don't want the character just to be a little busy mush of colour. You want something that's nice and striking. And I wonder if very like pale, almost plain tones would make that work. I think they could. No, I think we can fill that. That's basically all the visible iron, like actual plate armor we can see. Where do you want to go next? I reckon we could do like brown leathers next. So like the leather bands and stuff like that. We're going to go there, and then quite pale but quite dark. So quite a realistic leather. Then we want to move this back up. So I've gotten in the habit of drawing like very dark bluish leather. I'm not sure about it, to be honest. Something like this might fit a little more. Like blue-black leather is always very high fantasy, brown and sort of dusty leather is always much more grounded fantasy. So it's basically going to be the gloves and the hands in its entirety. What do we want? Basically, golds and reds on this character. So, the leggings, the tabard is going to be like lots of deep reds. The armor is going to be gold. So it's almost like an Iron Man vibe. I'm thinking that might be a good direction to take it. Like, keep the... So the armor will be sort of this golden, but then a lot of the fabrics will be dark reds. Stuff like that. I think that might be something worth looking into. It's all very like luxurious colours. Let's face it, this Paladin is decked out in some fancy armor. They're not going to be rocking any like level 1 rusted iron. They're going to be golds, platinums, dark reds, purples, blues. They're fancy colours. Yeah, as a kid I used to think red leather clothing meant somewhere in the world there are cows of all colours of the rainbow. Oh dude, that's fucking adorable and I love it. That's any like campaign I run from here on out, that's canon. How do you get green leather? Green cows, obviously. How do you get blue leather? Blue cows. I love it. And people do that with plants all the time. They'll modify a plant to bloom in a different colour. Why not do that in cows? Although, how much does that affect like the meat? Does a blue cow make blue meat? Does a green cow make green meat? Because then it starts to like feel very off-putting. Like you go to a foreign fantasy country, they've got green cows, and you ask for a steak, and there's a big slab of green on your plate. Going, mm-hmm. You start to run into all these problems. Like, do you remember the purple tomato sauce that they made in the UK for a while? I think they made it in the States as well. But I know they definitely made it in the UK. And it was just tomato sauce with purple colouring in it. But it looked fucking vile. Tasted identical to regular tomato sauce. But it looked fucking horrible. Yellow cows give chicken meat. It's just all white meat cows. I love it. I'm gonna keep that in my back pocket for if I ever run another D&D campaign. A big ass slab of chicken. It's the biggest slab of chicken you ever did see. I love it. That's like the real like genetic modifying that we're chasing. Our chicken nuggets just aren't big enough. They gotta be bigger, man. Here's another thing that might be going back to like the color of this character. Gold and red might be good for. Is like the color of like love and passion. Sort of invoke those sort of emotions. Because we could have like a gilded protector where they're rocking a lot of gold, but I almost think the impassioned sort of warrior of love, like a better armed Cupid, could be good to rock with as well. That's the scientist's end goal: giant chicken nugget steaks I mean, I'd be hard pushed not to buy them. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, once we've done these leather straps and stuff, I'm going to go back to the armor, recolor it, like shift the color of it to more gold, and then we'll start doing some reds as well. That will be our main base for this color scheme. Gold and red is a good color, right? It's just one of those classic color schemes that just works. Like, it instantly is recognizable. I'll have a look, see like some color scheme generators as well, to like see what pairs up like the details. But yeah, to see what this is gonna sort of shape up like. If you think like the Blood Angel Space Marines from Warhammer 40k, they use a lot of gold and red. Because they are very bougie Space Marines. They likes their golden trim, their blood red armor. Alrighty, and then over here as well. Yeah, because we've got a lot of like different pieces of fabric going on. This character doesn't just have like 2 to 3 items of clothing, like they've got quite a few. So like they've got the tabard, which goes into the loincloth. They've got this side piece on the one leg, and then they've got another piece of fabric on the other leg. They've got this under like coat as well. So there's all sorts going on under there. Which I think we want to go bring that through. Maybe. Right then, so armor plates. Let's mess with some sliders. Some gold. There, saturate it. Darken it a little bit, saturate. Yeah, something like this. Oh, we can do even better than that, maybe. Yeah, hang on. Click mask, fill. So there we go, we've got the gold armor. And I reckon, for simplicity's sake, we're going to colour the trim in gold as well. Let's not worry too much about making that a different colour. We can always come back to it later if we want to add that extra detail. But for now, Decadent Gold. I think we're onto a winner. Yeah. Are you googling it now, Bio? Have you shifted from elbow replacements? Yeah, suits of arms have surprising number of layers. They have regular underlayers like sink and whatnot, padding so it's not setting on the skin, harnesses for big bits, tabards, other decorative clothing, and then the armor itself. Yeah, like getting a knight ready in medieval times was like a good couple of hours. but they genuinely were like walking tanks. And I've been lucky to see a few suits of armor in like museums and stuff, and they offered like a hell of a lot of maneuverability as well. Like, you think that knights were big and tough and then like super slow. Nah, like they're not gonna run after you, but you get close to them and they'll fucking have you, because they're still quick trained swordsmen inside. Right, so that's the armor plates, we've got the leathers, we've got the undercoat. The reds. Well, actually, we have this crown as well. We're going to colour the crown the same gold. A, because of the crown. Crowns are generally gold, or something like that. But also, it's got the same scribblings as the armour. So, you'd be forgiven for thinking it's part of the same armour set, if you will. Only weakness was a hot sunny day. Yeah, it's like middle of summer. You don't want to be sat in a tin can like that. That's a recipe for overheating if I ever knew one. So, dealing with the knight's really easy. Just attack in the summer. They'll all pass out. I think that's why you saw countries like Spain never quite built suits of armor quite like, say, for example, like British suits of armor, which is Britain's very sort of middle of the road with their weather. So a huge head-to-toe suit of armor is fine, whereas in Spain, your chances of heat stroke are so much higher. Right. So let's try this, shall we? Adam likey already, just because I like the colour scheme in general. There's one thing I would like to do, and it's go over like because obviously like everyone knows character design is like my jam. That's what I like. It's what I do. And there's a game that I like, but I haven't put too much time into. And I know I could get crucified for saying it, but it's Raid Shadow Legends, because the amount of characters that are in that game is phenomenal. And I spent hours just looking through the character sort of like gallery. Now they are particularly guilty for a lot of boob armor and shit like that, but a lot of their stuff is legit as well. It's like boob armor and like chainmail bikinis aside. Grumpy mate, how goes? No worries, I appreciate the lurk. I hope your daughter has a good story in store. Alrighty, go through all this. So we can be pretty messy with these, because we've done all the surrounding pieces. Alright, so red boots. Who doesn't love a good set of red boots? If you find someone that says they don't appreciate a good set of red boots, I'll show you a liar. The red cow that came from. You got me there. You're not wrong. Point to bio. To be fair, the red cow would not like. Would not like the red boots. Right, I almost think like we want to desaturate this red a little bit. Like it's almost like too much. Yeah, I think something like that. Just tones it down so it's not quite as comic booky. However, the tabards are usually like front and center, pride of place. Rename gloves and boots. We'll do the tabard as well. Tabard, I think we can afford to be a little bit more colourful. I think that belt buckle will be gold as well. Thinking about it, and looking at it, I think gold will suit it. I'm even thinking like maybe this gold isn't quite gold enough. Rename that tabard, keep on top of the naming things before we get completely lost. It's happened before, it'll happen again. I assure you that much. Don't need to be too careful about going over the trim on this. Because honestly, I'm thinking the trim might want to be gold. Caleb, how you doing, my sweet? Are you doing well? Yeah, I'm liking that. Blood red way more now. How's your week been, dude? Oh, dude, 70% of today in bed with a headache that's been trying to crack your skull open like a walnut. Oof, mate. So good. So you've had fun. At least you've not been at work today, have you? Please tell me you've like called in sick. Because I've heard a couple of people talking recently who've been working from home, saying that freelance, baby. That's a day off from work, but also a day off from getting paid. It's not a sick day. Well, at least you could take the time for yourself. Let's see, because I'm not completely sold on this quite yet. That? Yeah, I think that's better. Hopefully it clears. Do you have any idea what it was? Do we want to change the actual undercoat of this? Do you want it to be like super desaturated and basically grey? Yeah, let's make it super grey and kind of dark. Here's the undercoat. We've got other pieces to shine. Let's try the vaccine. Oh, did you have your second round a couple of days ago? Or within the past week? Because I've heard it is no fucking joke. What colour do we want the rest of this tabard to be? First dose was like 11 days ago. Oh, right, okay. Yeah, they should be way past it all now then. This is where you find out that you were just hungover. Just random brain death. Man, it happens. At least your freelancer had to call in, like, saying, sorry, can't come into the office today. I've got random brain death. Yeah, I'll try and come in. I'll try and be in tomorrow. If we might as well resurrect my fucking brain. That's the point. Now we're talking about, like, sickness, sick days and stuff like that. I have sick days at work, which, if I don't use them, I don't get them back or anything like that. So I should get on using them. I'm playing into the corporate machine. I'm not using my sick days. Take some mental health days. Honestly, yeah. I think I probably should. I don't think my company actually gives mental health days. I think they're kind of backwards like that. Which is, you know, not so great. It's whatever, though. The thing is, I don't consider a lot of stuff because I don't define myself by that job. Whenever I introduce myself to someone, I am an illustrator first. General insurance office bitch second. Not even second. Like a very distant, like, eighth. Definitions for dictionaries. It's fair. It's a fair comment. Right, I'm liking the red and gold. But what trim do we want? Let's go on, like, a color palette maker. Color scheme generator. I'm not sure if we can actually tell it, like, oh, no, we're not doing a fucking colors app. Color mind. AI powered color palette generator. So let's make this one dark red and lock that in. This one we want to make a little more to yellow. Yeah. Generate. So I'm not feeling that too much. The greens, nah. Orange. So the black at the end is very much of a muchness. Black goes with everything. Same thing with white. So I'm not back to the greens. Just browns, nah. I'm not sure. Teal could be interesting. I'm not wholly against it. Do we want to add some teal on this? Because I was thinking definitely some white. So let's rename white fabric. So we darken that a little bit and bring out basically a white. I think this white could be a nice accent. Go full out leopard print. I mean, that's fair. It's very rare I'll do like any sort of like animal prints or anything like that. Maybe that should be part of like the next character that we draw. I like the little just bright white accent. Also, Caleb, if you're still there, we're running a poll on what to draw next. Either a swashbuckling slime boy or a spelunking demon girl. So if you follow the Streamlabs notification instructions, you can choose what we want to draw next, or contribute to the decision to draw next. Vote slime. I feel like maybe have I upsold upsold the slime somewhat. I feel I might have done. Let's do a Pan-ladin turquoise. See how that feels. Maybe we'll just after the slime boys. Right, so we're looking honestly at like very royal colours for this guy. You want him to be scrubbing the deck, but his scrubbing bucket has a happy little slime peeking out. I think we could work that in. I think we could do that. Well, it's going to be like a proper swashbuckler. So nice and fancy. And we can actually just do all of this in one go. You want this to be nice and dark, maybe? Yes, I'm liking the dark there. Make him, and I can't emphasize this enough, cute. Oh, so wait, the boy or the bucket slime will be cute, or both? The little floating morph slime thing from Treasure Planet, yeah. Not cute, but like twink cute. Actually, yes, twink cute was going to be on the agenda for Slime Boy. Because I want to draw the pretty fantasies. What do I want to edge this tab art in? More turquoise? We could do... Oh. Too much turquoise. Can't colour in the lines. So it gives a little bit of depth. And I reckon the hilt of the sword can be the same turquoise. It's not higher than the red sort of leathers. Which I need to go over the swords and stuff like that to see what colour I want them to be. Like the hilt, the pommel, all that sort of stuff, I imagine would be gold. Let's put them in now. And the sword itself, I think... I know what I do like. The default is like, it's like steel grey or something like that. But we could do something really weird, like either like onyx or like ivory. It's like almost like a bone-coloured sword. Though it's just kind of drawn to be... maybe not ivory, but maybe like an ebony blade kind of thing, so it's almost like a dark black. Platinum! I like the sounds of platinum. Right, and then we will continue on the gold on the actual flagpole as well. A full contrast to the armor, make it out of wood. It's true. You always know if you get like a wooden sword, it's something special. I'm not sure where this music's gone. It seems out of time. A lot of gold trim. The actual flagpole will be like a silver steel. I reckon the leather, like wrappings on the actual flagpole will be the same sort of turquoise as the sword. It makes them feel like a set. Like, you have a paladin dressed like this, they're not going to mismatch their equipment, are they? They're going to go for a full set. This will be gold as well. The more I look at it, the more I actually hate the turquoise on the tabard. This area is still TBD. However, person's trained all the best. Absolutely, that person's trained at the best anime dojos. Are you kidding me? Wooden sword means you ain't fucking around. It means you're a student, baby. You're out to become the best. Learn from the best. Okay, here we go. Then soon we're going to get into like the proper details, like all the rivets and things like that. Hang on. Are we missing a little somewhere? There we go. And then down here as well. All right. Do I want to make the edge of that tabard gold as well? I feel like... Is that going to be too much? Or... I feel like it might be too much. But I'm not entirely sure what else we can do with it. If I'm honest. It just makes everything sort of fade together. Like there's no like definition or like depth that we're building with the color. It's sort of everything is gold until stated otherwise. We will see. Do we want it to just be the color of the sort of leather bands as well? Simple white cloth. Yeah, it's true. We've got the white here as well, so it might be good to follow that up and round. It'll make it stand apart for sure. I considered white for the actual tabard colour proper, but it looked a little bit like a bib. So I steered clear of it, but maybe it's time to steer back into it just a little bit. Also, the red and white needs to be used sort of sparingly, because you don't want it to just look like a Crusader. As much as we love Crusaders on this channel, I think a Pride Crusader might be the wrong message. Here's the our Pride Crusader, here to take back the Holy Lands on a mission from Jesus. Yeah, I think that's good. I think this would actually be white as well. Looking at it. And where is it? Leathers. This would actually be that colour of leather as well. Typical after the Holy Lands, right? Always so transparent with what they want. I know Caleb and Bio, with both of you in the chat, those jokes are going to get made. There's no way around it. Right. What do we want to do next? We've got the furs. The furs will do like a pretty typical brown. A dusty sort of brown. This character is fairly grounded. Like, they're clearly a fantasy character, but what they're wearing is not so ridiculous as to not be completely unfeasible. And so I think classic sort of like mottled brown or mottled grey works well. Yeah, and pairs well with the gold as well. I reckon steel and like the metals next. So that'll be like a colder blue. Somewhere like that. Out of the background, we want to make that bright white so it picks everything up that we want to get. So any sort of like metallic detail we want to have. And this bluish grey silver. Because as luxe as all this armor is, you don't want like the pins that are holding it all together be made out of gold, which is quite a soft metal. Or at least you're not gonna gold leaf it like you're gonna gold leaf the rest of the armor. It's gonna take too much wear and tear. It's gonna rub off. It's gonna like be scraped off like as soon as you move. There's that one there. This bit here. I've got loads on the sword as well. Even these little buckles. Which I'm never good at remembering to draw buckles, but I fucking love when they're included. Anything that lets you know like how a piece of armor or a piece of equipment was put on just ticks so many boxes for me. Because then you go to see like, this person has thought about this costume and how would it be put on? How would it be taken off? How is it secured? Nope. There's none in my artwork. It's so much it's all Velcro. Well, as long as you actually draw in all of the little fuzz and loops of the Velcro, I think you get a pass. But next time I see something of yours, I'm looking, I'm checking. If I ask, like, how is this gauntlet affixed to the character, and you hesitate for a fucking second, negative points all over. Right, there's nothing on the legs that are left. It's just all this. Actually, does the flag staff, it's like the pole itself, want to be wood rather than metal? I feel like that might be more accurate. I reckon these as well. If Paladin's wearing a lot of gold, I think their jewellery would be silver. Yeah, definitely would. Right? It's something that's kind of irked me a lot with like 40k artwork and stuff like that. Is because you have all these like classic medieval like battle standards and flags and stuff like that, and they're all on metal poles. But it just looks wrong. Like, sure, in the far-flung 41st millennium, are they going to have metals that are lighter and stronger than a fucking bit of wood? Sure. Oh, should they use it? No. Shit looks ridiculous. Alrighty. I think once we've one final check to make sure we've got all the little bits and pieces done. Yeah. Once we do the flagpole, I think we're then on to what I call the details layer, which is just everything else. I mean, you already do now, but I wouldn't recommend it. Tinfoil is not really known for its strength. Soldier, why is that flag not flying? The flagstaff's made of fucking wood, like tinfoil. There's not much we can do about it, sir. Fair enough. Carry on. Right, so let's be a proper dusty, old. I reckons. Yes. Looks right. I know that there's like much flagpole really look like left. Alright, so we have, bring that back. It grounds the character and I like it. This we can darken just a little bit to make the character sort of pop the page a little bit. Is getting there in the base colours. So we now enter details, which is basically the shit left over, so like teeth and eyes and all that sort of stuff. teeth. Maybe just the tiniest bit off-white. Because it's just a little bit more believable than, like, perfect white. It's not too much, just a tiny amount. The colour of the eyes, I reckon, some classic, like, reddish brown. Almost orange. Something remarkably natural for a fantasy character. So I reckon a little band in the hair, a little splash of purple, because purple and gold go very fucking well together. Actually, I think that band there would be good on the steel layer. Because these little splashes of, like, so the little splashes of colour will make it feel more in depth and almost lived in. The bottom of the tabard being gold, I was generally umming and ahhing about, because the bottom of the tabard has, like, these embellishments on it, like the armor does, but it's still fluid and moving like the edge of the tabard. So I honestly wasn't sure. I think there's a case to be made for either. Should we make it white and see what it looks like? Hang on. I wasn't rubbing out at all. I was colouring in grey. There we go. So it looks in white. White and red, there we go. Because there's no, I think there's a case to be made for either gold or white. So I guess it's just what makes more sense. And the fact, by that you picked it out, I think, means that this makes more sense. Yeah, I think, Bio, I think you are right. I think white all the way around makes more sense. Rest of the details. We have these little beads down here. So these really can be anything. Let's hide a little flag in there, shall we? Should we hide the Pan flag in these beads? Some bright pink, yellow and blue. Yellowish gold almost. And then blue. So we'll just hide flags and stuff like that all around. And this little pendant. I think almost like a black onyx would be good. Actually, I'm not feeling that at all. I think almost like silver would be better. Yeah, I like that. Let's see what other flags we can fit into this. Because actually, I think with the band there, what other pride flags have we got that we could fit in there? What other, like, pride flag, like, hallmarks could we hit? We've got pan. We get bisexual in there, we get non-binary. I reckon non-binary could get in there pretty good. So purple. We'll have one black as well. And then a white one and a gold one. And it's basically the same yellow as the pan flag, so I will use the exact same yellow. There we go. Subtle little nods to other flags. I think there's only flag that by and large uses 2. Lesbian, which is just orange to pink. Intersection is yellow with a circle of purple, which could do. Genderqueer as well. We haven't got that one yet. Let's do bi, the home team. Let's do big old pink. Little purple. And then blue. That, to be honest, I think can be... Well, I'll tell you what, we'll do the silver. So there's 2 of these little silver bits, these little doodads. Little silver ring here. I reckon the gold fixins. What colour feather could we have? I reckon like a yellow feather. Where have we got yellow elsewhere? Why not use that same yellow? And back to this big old trinket. Steel, I think? Or maybe more this silver sort of platinum colour. I think that's basically it in terms of like base colours. I think we're good. I want to play around with the colours just a little bit. So I'm not sure on that white edging for the tabard. Especially the actual leathers, I think we could make that like that same blue. Yeah, it stands out quite a lot, doesn't it? So I don't know. Let's throw on quite a vibrant colour, and then we can just play around with some sliders to see what fits. Because something I was thinking about was like purples. Orange I'm not against. Electric pink. I do like me some electric pink, I'm not gonna lie. But not with the rest. If we go electric pink, then we're gonna have to upend the entire colour scheme, I think. Honestly, I'm not hating like orange and gold. That sort of brown kind of makes it fall in line. But again, I'm not hugely sold on it. We'll come back to it because the undercoat I wanted to change as well. Basically brighten it up some. Or darken it down even more. It brings it all in line so it's all very brown. For the undersuit, I'm not hating that, if I'm honest. I reckon the actual tabard itself, we want to change that to be a more in line with the gloves. It's a little bit darker. So it's much more blood red. Because this is going to get a lot brighter with shading. So I reckon that. But then this trim colour, what the fuck are we doing with this trim colour? Honestly. The orange I'm not hating. But I'm also not sold on it. So where can we go? Like, the sort of greens? No, that clashes too much. The blue? Maybe? We go to blue, to purple. Purple's fine. Honestly, I was tempted to have a look at purple for the gloves and tabard and see where that leaves us. Like, this whole like purple and pink area at the moment does not work. Blue, maybe like a very desaturated blue. Nah. It looks like it's trying to be Spider-Man. Honestly, the orange has been the biggest winner so far. It doesn't say much. The orange is a Spider Knight. I think Spider Knight already exists. I think it's that there was one maybe Spider-Verse comic that introduced them. Because the more we get into shading, the more we're going to lose it, I feel. As it does become that more classic brown leather sort of colour. That's not terrible. I think that's probably our biggest winner. But now I need to Google Spider Knight. See if that comes up with anything. Yeah, it's a what do you call it? Spider-Verse shenanigan. You did the same. I mean, that's the old Spider Knight, I think. Well, it looks older anyway. I'm not against him. He's got big, chunky greaves. I like it. I think base colors, I think we got it. Newbie, welcome back, my dude. How you doing? Looking schmexy AF. God, the audacity of Newbie to walk into my channel and start immediately talking about himself. Outrageous. Your stickers arrived. Excellent. Good to hear, man. I'll need pictures of the sticker blasting, like as it gets further and further blasted. We'll need to like status updates. That's alright, man. The extras are always like a fun little freebie. Right, so we need to start shading this now. I reckon. Where do we want to start? I reckon we start with a flag, to be honest. Merge that down, actually. Right, what I actually want to do is get all this together. Group it all up. So we can actually get all of it just in there. Are you voting for slime as well? Oh, the poor, like, spelunking devil girl is just completely left out in the cold. The slime boy is just running away with it. Thank you for the hydrate as well. I will do. And a posture check. It's basically a modern wellness check. My neck has been feeling tender these past couple of months. I don't know what it is. Also, with channel rewards, if you can think of anything that I can add in there for channel point rewards for while I'm drawing, then please do let me know, because I want to do more, but I don't really know what. So, we've got Flip the Canvas, which is always good fun. I have no idea what it's going to do if we ever start doing like things with text on, and you have to flip the canvas. It's going to be a fucking nightmare. But things like... there was one that we did a while ago, which was basically put a texture over the ink layer. So I started drawing in speak with a hilarious accent for X amount of time. I don't know, like my accents aren't good, and I don't want to end up like offending anyone. Alright, let's flip the canvas. There we go. Now we have no idea what the fuck we're looking at. That's my big trait. If I ever like want to like end up getting onto like a D&D stream, I end up having to do an accent. It's gonna be awful. I think I've added like banner word on there and like all sorts of shit at the moment. I can't remember. Highlight a message. Inverted colours. Some of these aren't very visible. I wonder, can you invert colours as like an entire document thing? I'm not sure you can. Because I also have to have the ability to do it like pretty easily. Because I can do it on individual layers. For example, invert the pride flag. Looks fucking mad. So I'm working on my iPad, which is screen sharing to, or like Apple like screen mirroring to a thing on my computer. So I think it's the same setup that Lydia has. So you've seen that one; it'll be pretty much the same. Oh, also, something I think Bio you were here for, but maybe this will be news. There'll be news to you. On Saturday, streaming some Darkest Dungeon, I went on a break to go for a quick pee, and in my haste to get gone, do my business, and come back within the minute ad break that I set out, I managed to hook my headphone cable around my foot and yank the headphone cable out of my PC, destroying not only the headphone jack but the headphone socket as well. Just basically almost flipped my computer across the room. Yeah, it was bad. However, the actual headphone jack was knackered. The headphone socket was knackered. But fortunately, my headphones, the cable actually comes out. Because I ended up getting some big beefy, like studio headphones. So they have a detachable cable. So the headphones luckily were fine. The cable needed replacing. And because my PC is a ridiculous monstrosity of ports, there's like 2 more headphone jacks that I can use. There's like 3 microphone jacks. There's like a dozen USBs, 2 HDMI, and a D socket on the back of it. There's all sorts of just shit back there for plugging stuff in, which I've never used like half of it because I don't need 11 keyboards. I think whatever, because it still has the old school mouse and keyboard like green and pink sockets as well. It has fucking everything. Yeah, they designed it with my fucking clumsy ass feet in mind. But the other thing was the cable was like 3 meters long, and I am about half a meter away from my PC, so there's just so much slack that it gave me the rope to hang myself with. It really did. And now I've got a cable which is 1.5 meters, and it's the right size, and it's so much nicer, and I don't have to like spool my headphone cable around my hands while streaming, because I know I'm just going to get myself in a tangle otherwise. So yeah, Saturday stream could have been very fucking costly, just for my own klutz. But it's okay, we managed to sort of pull it back, and it only cost me like 10 quid. And a partridge in a pear tree. Yeah, got fucking everything in it. It's one of the things I'm really worried about building a new PC. Because I want to, because my PC is about 8 years old now. It's getting on a bit. It's a bit of an old timer. And but obviously, like, getting any sort of like memory these days is a fucking nightmare. So I've not been able to put too much progress into it. Also, money. Money's a big factor. But yeah, so this old faithful computer that is still trucking along, and I have the audacity to fucking kick it all the way across the room. Like, I swear to God, I shouldn't be allowed PCs. Yeah, luckily it's all good. But maybe I've been to ask, like, how have you been, guys, dealing with? Because I know FaZe Chan's just recently built a PC, which how you got like the all the pieces for that in like this day and age, I have no fucking idea. But how are you guys doing for like finding like next gen consoles, like any like PC upgrades and stuff like that? Because I found it to be fucking exhausting, man. It was legitimate luck, was it? There was no master plan, no elite hacks that you can share. I keep thinking like, oh, maybe I'll check like PS5 stock, and then I get through like 2 places and I'm like, oh yeah, no, it's still going. The drama is still there. So I recently got a gaming laptop, so that's my main go-to. Fair. So a gaming laptop's still around, like in good supply. Not really bothered with consoles either. I am, like, it's back in January, February. Yeah, fair enough. Not looked since. And they seem to come in waves at the moment. I saw China recently banned something which apparently is going to make it way more difficult for basically like Bitcoin render farms to exist. So yeah, I don't know, maybe they'll start coming out like pretty soon in like force. But I do a lot of my downtime gaming is basically on console, because I'm in the living room. But on stream, PC is so much easier because I'm gonna have the PC here anyway to stream. But there's things like, I want Demon's Souls fucking remake so bad. I love that game so much on PS3, and I want it again in my life. I need to have it. I need to be kicked in the face in only a way that Dark Souls will, or Demon's Souls will. We can do this. Try that. So I think we can get the flag looking good at the end of the night at the very least. So on PS4, once got a laptop, I was back on the PC Master Race side, as I played on PC a while back before I did a dumb thing and killed it. Oh, did you upsetty the computer? I flip flop like I have a Switch now, which is basically a Breath of the Wild machine for the longest time, and Animal Crossing machine. So I'm trying to I'm trying to split my console gaming. If it's not available on PC, or if I don't think my PC will run it, but I want to stream it, it'll go on Switch. Because I don't have a lot of faith in my PC for modern games. Whereas everything else basically goes on PC for streaming, and then stuff that is truly downtime stuff usually goes on PlayStation. I don't know if there's been much thought into that routine that's gone into it, but that's what's developed anyway. Defragging and clearing out old files, programs that are wiped, some drivers that I really shouldn't have wiped. So yeah, oh my god, what the fuck did you wipe that you couldn't recover like the entire fucking machine? Did you somehow delete BIOS? You don't know, dude. You work in IT. You should absolutely know this. Oh man, you fucked up hard. You have all my sympathies. It's like, huh. I know the kind of moment you're describing. I know exactly what you're talking about. You just look at this unfolding chaos that is spiraling out of control in front of you, and you're just like, oh. Huh. I might be in trouble. It's that kind of, like, you've done fucked up that completely, like, negates any emotional response that you probably should have going into. Yeah, I'm waiting for that with this PC. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Honestly, I feel like it's on borrowed time. Like, I've not been kind to it. I've wiped it a couple of times. For the longest time, it's had nothing but a cracked version of Windows on it. And it's only legitimate now because I wanted it to be legitimate for streaming. Because I wanted it to be that little bit more stable. Because the crack of Windows I had was weird in that there was a certain point that I could update it to where official Microsoft servers didn't twig that it was an illegitimate copy of Windows. So there was one little notification at the bottom saying like, "Hey, do you want to update your drivers? Or do you want to update your update Windows?" I was like, "I can go up to this version and I'm safe. If I go to the next version, they'll know it's not real. They'll start shutting off features." So things like I won't be able to like custom install things. I won't be able to have backgrounds. All sorts of weird stuff that just goes like, nah. All this like convenient like stuff like you're not gonna get. I think it's things like it doesn't remember like if you set like Google Chrome or Firefox as like your preferred browser, it won't remember that. It's that kind of stuff. They released an update a number of years ago. They basically ruined it. Yeah, I think that was the update that I was running up against. So it always asks like, "Do you want this update?" And I was like, "No, I like my machine working. Thank you very much." I know how we're all talking about like we're massively inconvenienced by pirating software. Like we should have been doing in the first place. Like, where? It's so difficult to pirate these days. I can just imagine Microsoft lawyers like, yeah, it should be. Yeah, it should be expected. Basically being weeded out. So yeah, I bit the bullet and got a legitimate crack. A legitimate crack. No, I got a legitimate version of Windows. The version of Windows I have is now legitimate. It's not like a cracked version of that I managed to like turn legitimate or anything like that. But so far, it's been peachy keen. No, I am tech illiterate enough to not fuck with it anymore. Like, I remember the old LimeWire days and like BitTorrent and like fucking Pirate Bay, and like, yeah, I was dancing with the devil. I was one like fucking Red Hot Chili Peppers album away from ruining my machine and bankrupting myself. You hear that, Microsoft? We're all above board here. No listening in. Right? Thank you, Bio. All the chat records, if the FBI ever get a hold of it, will will exonerate us. But yeah, I've fucked with those like BitTorrents and like fucking ISO Hunt and Pirate Bay so much, and like, I could tell you, in a field of pop-ups all saying download here, I could point to the right one, the correct one. However, I haven't done it in so long, I don't want to go back to it because there's going to be a level of learning and keeping up with it that I've not kept up with. Oh, fuck that up. Is that fine? Yeah, here we go. I destroyed so many hard drives with torrenting. I was very lucky that I don't think I ever... Like, I definitely had a laptop that got slower and slower. They got slower at a rate faster than it really fucking should have. So in fact, I probably killed that machine. But by and large, I've not fucked up too bad with my torrenting history. But going back to it today, I would never be able to do it. Gluttony, dude, how's it going, man? It's going well. We're just talking about the old days when we used to pirate shit, and how we don't do that anymore because we're older, we're past it. We don't want to fuck with that noise because we don't know what we're doing anymore. Even more so now, like with the what age and maturity has granted us is the knowledge of how much we don't know. We now know how much our ignorance can get us into trouble. Oh, thank you, man. They're almost done. The base colors are in there. We're just getting some shadows in there, and then when we get some highlights, and basically we call it done. And we don't know, we Google it. Like, that's one thing. I'm still happy with my Google foo. I'm very proud of how good I am at Googling things. And that's... I never want to lose that skill. Because then that's like, I'm lost. I have no idea anything now. Yeah, Google foo is the way, right? But Gluttony, how's it doing? How's it going, my dude? Congratulations on becoming a Noodle Clan ambassador. Joining the ranks of Epic Noodles. You've made it, man. You finally arrived. Oh, also, Gluttony, as you're just joining us now, we're running a poll on what to draw next. So if you have an opinion, the choices are a slime boy swashbuckler or a demon girl adventurer, like spelunker, sort of Indiana Jones style. So a slimy boy, like a gelatinous cube sort of boy. Then please, if you have a look at the Streamlabs notifications, vote. I want to see what people want me to draw. So far, the slime boy is winning out by a large fucking margin. But I'll be running this today, Thursday, and Saturday when I'm live as well. Then I'll be getting the sketch done on Sunday, and we'll start inking it on Tuesday. But yeah, I'm looking forward to either of them, to be honest. The little demon girl, because I haven't drawn a tiefling in a long time, and I feel like I need to draw a tiefling soon. But also the slime boy, because it's going to play around with a lot of like translucency stuff. So I'm really excited to sort of dig into that. Right, I think that's the yellow done, and onto the green. Basically, all the green on this end is in shadow, so you don't have to be too careful with it. But yeah, I dread to think what places like LimeWire or fucking Pirate Bay look like these days. Like, I imagine I'll get a virus just for going there, let alone like downloading anything. If someone is braver than I and wants to go check, then by all means. I can't endorse it, but I would be curious. Yeah, like a cesspool of ads and pop-ups. Like, it was never good to begin with. Right, and then the blue. Do you want to make it darker? There's still got to be like a good like torrent community going. Because I remember at uni there was because it was like a tech and gaming uni, like the torrenting like professionals there, caliber was pretty high. So like we had a shared drive across all the students where basically you could upload whatever the hell you wanted. So it was like the ultimate torrent site where everyone's already torrented things, the machines have already burnt, and whatever survived goes on this like shared hard drive. And you basically get everything there. But it was weirdly well organized. So there was like it was like 10 terabyte drives each. And there was one for movies, one for TV shows, and then weirdly enough, like kind of like weirdly inclusive, there was a separate drive. There was 2 drives for porn, and it was divvied out into gay and straight porn, and those were your options. So like, there's 2 separate drives of porn split out into gay and straight, and they're both like equal sized. It was kind of heartwarming to see, but I don't know where like the hetero fantasy of like the lesbians get out, where that fell into. Because really that should be on the gay hard drive, but you know, more often than not, it's gonna be hetero men watching it. So it is like, as a hetero guy going into these hard drives, are you going into the gay folder and it really is just like a fucking like Russian roulette of like, are you gonna get 2 ladies, which is what you're after, or are you gonna get a couple of guys, which is what you're not after? So it really was like a weirdly bizarre like setup. Fucking, it was wild times, man. You didn't real fast what closed window X was and what was a fake closed window X was. Yes. Yeah, I feel like that's a skill that's never gone anywhere. Is figuring out what the download button is and what the like X button is on those like torrent sites. Right, this one will be in shadow as well. And we'll try and get the actual flag painted, and then we'll have to call it tonight. And depending on how the rest of the week goes, I might find the time to finish this on stream, or at the very least off stream. Get this down here done. I'm not looking forward to shading like the black stripe, purely because it's already dark grey, and the darker it gets, obviously the closer it gets to black, in which case you will start to lose the line work if you're not careful. I feel like a little bit of like an emo traitor, saying like black is tricky and not my favorite to have around. Because basically black is like the main color that I wear. If you look at my wardrobe, it's like 70 to 80% black and then 20% accent colors. And then one white shirt I wear to get my hair cut. I don't care about getting like little bits of hair in. That's literally it. Alrighty. This bit done, and then I think down here this all wants to be coloured in darker. So yeah, let's try out. Right, so we've got a little bit darker. See how that goes. So there's not a lot of room for error between shading and losing the black work. And then all of this will be shaded. There's going to be a lot of that that's actually fine. Slash just needs highlights. That's all fine, that's all fine. Brown, let's go. Alright, so I feel like there's going to be a lot of highlight work done on this one. On these chevrons, there's going to be much more on the highlights than there is on the shadows. Just by virtue of what's available, what's visible. So I actually think that will be in shadow as well. Which means I need to bring this grey back and go back up here. Okay, the powder blue. Now it's bleeding through onto the brown. Can't be having that. But dudes, in the chat, tell me, what are you playing at the moment? What's holding your interest? Because I've been playing Mass Effect, but I've not found a huge amount of time for it. B, I haven't found myself, like, hankering for it like I did the first time I played it. Like, the drive to play more of it is very much on my shoulders. The game's not pulling me with it, which I'm not sure how I feel about being such a great game series. Curious to see what the rest of gaming looks like at the moment. The game that is really keeping me like glued to it is Darkest Dungeon. Like, I know it's not a new game, it's not in vogue or anything like that, but holy shit, that game is that game has got its teeth into me hard. Right, and then I know I'm colour picking white. We know what's going to be down here. I also don't know how I'm going to highlight the white, to be honest. Right, we got a couple of minutes. Let's try a little bit of highlighting. Even brighter white, blinding white. Yes, I think so. If I sell prints of this, I need to like have the white highlights like cut out of the paper and then mount it on a light box, and that's how I sell it. I think that's how it's got to be done. I reckon. Yeah, sunglasses, safety warnings, all that good stuff. I think that's spot on. See how I feel about the shape of this highlight. This is going to dictate basically how the rest of the flag is highlighted. It's not bad. I'm not 100% on it though. I'll keep it like that, I think. I think maybe I do. Maybe I do. I think we're going to finish up this red. I think I'm going to have to call it there. It is a work week. I have a bedtime. think that's what we're going to get done tonight. But my dudes, thank you for joining along, coming with. Let's see if there's anyone we want to raid. Who's about? Should we raid a friend? Or shall we find someone new, make a friend? Me reckons. What's subjectivity doing? What are they making? I'm not sure about them. Let's have a look at some cool ass fantasy work. Who's doing cool ass fantasy work? I reckon. What are you making? Friendo. Yeah, let's raid you. Alrighty guys, it's been so much fun having you guys here this evening. Let's raid Odom, who looks like he's drawing some Witcher art. Let's go say hi, fill the chat for the love, and I will see you guys on Thursday. Take it easy.